Studio Silver. I keep on forgetting. Just Aika. I don't think we want to give Aika. I feel like Aika's the least person we want to be giving that type of control, you know? I should have done this beforehand, but my microphone stand is falling off. That's not good. Oh my goodness. If there's one thing I miss from this gosh darn game, it's this gosh darn music. So serene, so calming. So peaceful. Anyway, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Bento, and welcome back to Project Undercurrents, or Doki Doki Undercurrents, the mod that makes your boy Bento go on an emotional roller coaster with this on and off relationship that Sayuri and Melody have. I didn't feel like going through that yesterday, so I didn't record, so I'm sorry for that. But what I did do was listen to that new Juice WRLD album, and I will say, it's good. It's good, it's good, it's good. I've heard Adore You back when it was just unreleased, and just seeing it there's it's amazing, you know. But I have seen that a whole lot of people aren't happy with the album or the freaking artists or the album cover, and I'm like, you do know that we're still getting Juice WRLD music, right? Like, we still got Juice WRLD music. Like, why are we like complaining? Like, yeah, I know Juice WRLD, how some Juice WRLD fans can be and all that, but I'm like, you're not the one releasing it. Like, R.I.P. Juice, the dude's dead, but his music is still being posted. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of under contract. I really don't pay much attention to the inside bits of gosh darn that. All I know is that I got a Juice WRLD album, and I'm happy. I don't know why other people aren't happy. Like, if literally they get mad and can start complaining if the album isn't the way they wanted it to be, with the exact things that they wanted it to be. Like, so many people were going at the gosh darn album cover because they didn't like it. They thought it was too ugly and stuff. And I'm like, sure, you may not like it in your opinion, but that's how he wanted it to be. But anyway, enough talking about that. We're here for Doki Doki Undercurrents. Like I said, I didn't do this because I wasn't, my brain didn't want to go in the emotional roller coaster that I was going the last time. Nothing really happened because, like I said, we're on this on and off relationship with Sayuri. Because at this point, I really don't know what the hell to do. Not a lot has been seen. CGs have been 5 out of 11, excuse me. And that's it. We'll just open a save state and that's it. What happened last time? Like I said, on and off relationship. Sayuri came over to our house and brought some wine. Where did she get wine and how was she able to get wine? I have zero clue. Do not ask me. She brought some wine over, and of course we sort of got tipsy, started playing some party games. 2 truths and a lie, never have I ever, and all of that. And then Sayuri prompts the saying to Melody from the night before when she surprisingly kissed us, saying to Melody that she needs more practice in kissing. Melody asked if that was your first time as well. But it wasn't. This is not the day before that happened was not their first kiss. They had kissed before, like, I don't know when, but they do confirm that they've kissed before. That was the second time. And now they got tipsy and they're doing all these party games. And now we're at this point where the alcohol effects take over, and now they're kissing and all this stuff and all this. Sayuri's over there, sensitive and shit. She was out here going. Okay, I didn't do it that aggressive last time, but she was. I forgot what game. There's this there's a game where there's like the enemies make that sort of sound when they're off in the distance. They're like Anyway, we got tipsy, you know, and all that. Sayuri was down bad at that point. She was already fucking unbuttoning her gosh darn shirt. Of course, Melody had some common sense. Well, somewhat. I mean, at this point, she's making me pull my hair out. With this on and off saying and all this. The next day, because she got tipsy, she fell asleep in our house. We were cuddling and all that. The next day and all that. A whole bunch of stuff happened. Not really. We just woke up and Melody seems to be all that comfortable now. Just kissing her out of nowhere now. They got too comfortable with that, and now Melody is trying to put the moves on. Goes underneath her shirt, unbuckles the bra, and Sayuri ain't feeling it no more. And all the meanwhile, Melody is a lustful bitch. I'm sorry. But she is so lustful. Like, most of the thoughts we have from her now are just how Sayuri would look. Sayuri this, Sayuri that. How would Sayuri's clothes look on the fucking floor? And I'm like, madam, chillax, alright? But anyway, we're now here. We did all that, and now we feel guilty for what we did. We feel like we pressured Sayuri into doing all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, buddy. Oh my gosh. I take a sidelong look at Sayuri's house before passing it by. My face contorts in shame. Normally I wait for her here. But even if she wanted to see me, I couldn't do it. Her beautiful smiling face would break me. She would bend my will simply by existing in my presence. I think the past few days have proven that. Today I can't allow it to get to me. No, I won't. I made my choice. This is my divine punishment for the crime I committed. For hurting the most precious person in the universe. She was consenting, kind of. You were just the one that went a tad bit far, you know? My slow, arduous trudge to school is painful. I must be a sorry sight drudging down the road like a limp, motherless duckling, lost and alone. I should have told her not to wait for me, that I'd already left, but I didn't have the heart. I just walked away. Why? How did it come to this? All I ever wanted was to make her happy. But in the end, I know she'll be happier when I'm gone. All I do is cause her pain, cause myself pain. That's no way to live. The only way to ensure that we both have the chance to live is to be apart. Whoa, what do you mean, chance to live? I'm sorry, is there a bomb gonna detonate if you guys are together? I think I finally understand that now. For the first time in a very long time, I decided to listen to some music. Pulling out my old MP3 player, I load up a single song left on it. Honestly, I don't know why I keep it with me, but it's so small that it makes little difference. Usually it sits inside my bag anyway. Holding it in my hand, I place the headphones in my ears and listen to the song all the way through. Then like clockwork, I restart it, over and over. It's a cycle that kept me sane in the years since my family left, the one thing that remains constant. Honestly, I'm not sure if the song itself matters to me anymore. All that matters is that it doesn't change. It, unlike everything else, has been there for me. Again, I restart the song. It's nothing special, just something I can listen to. It reminds me of the days when my life was simpler, easier. When I didn't have to worry about my bills or about food or about getting the best grades I could just to be able to support myself. Days when Sayuri was always by my side, and then I remember this song. It was her favorite growing up. That's why it meant so much to me. My face contorted in the shade of green, envious rage. Why? Why is it always her? Why can't I just be happy for myself for once? Grabbing the MP3 player, tearing it from my ears, I prepare to hurl it down the path in front of me, and I can't. I'm just not strong enough. I know deep down I don't want to be rid of Sayuri. It would kill me. But what choice do I have? Ugh, I'm disgusted. Disgusted with myself. Disgusted with the fact that I can look her can't that I can look her in the eye at all. How very disgusting. Okay. School is slow. On the plus side, I'm able to concentrate better than I have in the past few days, but I can't help but feel hollow. I didn't move during lunch. I think Yuri approached me, but I don't remember. Maybe she was worried about me yesterday. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I can't go to the club. I can't look her in the eye. As I pack my things, ready to head home, I see a familiar face standing in front of my desk. It's Aika. Oh, it's Yuri. Is everything alright, MC? Hey, it's been a while since I voiced you, you know? Like, what, the last last two parts have been just Melody and Sayuri at this point? And then Aika sprinkled in somewhere? In the middle? Natsuki said you had a fever yesterday. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not feeling too well, Yuri Solal. Did you want me to walk you to the nurse's office? Oh no, I was just planning on going home actually. But but you can't do that. Today's our last day of preparation for the festival. I know that. You aren't dropping out of the festival, right? No, I just need. Please let me walk you to the nurse, then we can go to the club together. I think. Yeah. Let's do that. Excellent. Your fever is under control, I take it? Well. Otherwise, you wouldn't have come to school, right? Ah. She got me there. I'm feeling a little better, but still a little sick. Well, if you're feeling better, you should be well enough to come to the festival on Monday. And to start that, let's go to the club. Yuri, I don't know if I should risk anyone else catching it there. Well, Sayuri is there, isn't she? I blush bright red. She probably doesn't mean that, does she? No, don't be silly. But, she makes a good point. Damn it. Really don't need to argue right now. Just, damn you, Yuri, can't you see I don't want to go? Yes, she is. Then come on. Yay. As we walk, Yuri keeps trying to make small talk, but to no avail. Finally, she just turns to me. MC, what's ailing you? Something's wrong. Or is it that you've given up on the club? Which is it? Yuri's tone surprises me. She's normally so calm collected, but now I dare say this classifies as confrontational. Confrontational, sorry. Yeah, something is wrong. Yes? Her face takes on a soft tone. Do I want to tell her? This really isn't her business, but I may as well tell her, might I not? Oh, what's going on? Okay, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've already said it once before, but the thing is, when these like choices, when it comes to telling her something, I don't like making the choice because here's the thing, I don't know how the hell they're gonna phrase it if I do tell her. Like, whenever I do choose to tell a person something that was supposed to be a secret, and they tell them, they don't tell it like the simple version. No, they go full on into detail in that and then add some other confrontational stuff into that. That probably wasn't the word to use, I'm sorry. But they add other stuff that then make either the other person uncomfortable or the other person mad. And that's where I get like mad because I'm like, you didn't have to tell him that part. You just had to tell him the simple stuff. Yeah, you killed her dad, but you didn't have to tell her, oh, I killed her with a knife. That was probably a bad analogy, but or yeah, your dad got killed by a knife, but then you tell them I'm the one who killed him. I'm like, okay, no need to tell them. You know, we could have used their help. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this could be a loss for Yuri. But at the same time, Aika already knows, so does Natsuki. And maybe telling Yuri would help us. And I forgot to put on my timer, so I have zero clue how long I'm going to be recording for. That's nice. You know what? Fine. Let's tell her. Let's see how you phrase it, madam. Look, I'll tell you what's been on my mind, but please keep it a secret. Honestly, I'm not sure about half of this myself, so other people finding out would just make it more confusing. Of course, you have my word. Thanks. So, where to begin? Essentially, Sayuri and I, you two have a thing, right? Uh-huh. Well, I know you've only recently reunited, but it seemed fairly obvious that something's been going on between you two. Not to mention, Sayuri was taking care of you while you had a fever. That's true. You do need to work on your lies, by the way. It was abundantly transparent. Yuri flashes me a small smile. So I already could have inferred all that. What's been bothering you? We didn't exactly stop talking on good terms. Really? The way Sayuri talks about you, you'd think you were the greatest person on the planet. Huh? You didn't know that? You are aware that she thinks the world of you, right? Then why do I keep hurting her? OMC. I don't think you've ever really hurt her. Shocked, perhaps, but never hurt. I don't think you could. But, tell me, have you ever stopped to consider her feelings? Of course I have. That's all I ever think about. Now listen. Have you ever stopped and considered what her opinion might be on your actions? Well, I know her. She thinks the same way I do. We grew up together. Perhaps you did think the same way once, but do you really believe Sayuri hasn't grown in the time you've been apart? Do you ever really take the time to consider how she felt about anything? You know, before you ever came to the club, Sayuri used to talk about this incredible person. Someone who was brave and smart and attractive, and so much of a hero to her. That person meant everything to her growing up. Now, consider my surprise when one day you walk in the door. And when you do, what name does she speak first? Who it was that meant the world to her? It was you. No. You don't understand. I did something. Something I cannot take back. I hurt her. I hurt my best friend. She trusted me. And she still does. Do you ever talk to her about how you felt? I know. Okay, Jesus Christ. I know how she felt. I can see it in her eyes. She's too polite to say, but I did. I did this. Maybe you are the monster here. Huh? Maybe, just maybe, you're right. But tell me this. Is a person defined by their past? By their mistakes? Well, because if they are, then you deserve to feel terrible. But don't come crawling back to me when you feel sorry about yourself. Damn, okay. Yuri starts to stride off. Wait. Yuri. She turns back towards me, her face shrouded in her hair. Yes? Her voice cut through the air like a knife. What should I do? You should have faith. You should trust in your best friend instead of assuming you know what's best for them. And most of all, you should trust in yourself. It isn't as bad as you make it out to be. If you trust yourself to make the right decisions, you'll start to make them instead of second-guessing yourself out all the time. It isn't poor decisions that are hurting you. It's your lack of ability to actually make a decision. So you mean any decision is a good decision? That's one way to put it. More like making a decision will always benefit you more than not making one. Because if you don't decide, the universe will decide for you. And you won't like its choice. And with that, she leaves. I think I get it. I've been hurting Sayuri, yes, but my inability to come to terms with my actions up to this point and my refusal to make any form of decision has been what has been causing her the most pain. The conclusion I had come to this morning was wrong. Not that I was the wrong decision, but that I didn't consult Sayuri. If I make one choice today, it must be this. Sayuri will be the one to decide. I won't make any assumptions. I won't speak for her. I'll listen to what she has to say, and that will be it. No fancy words, no overcomplicating it. Just Sayuri. Okay. How much longer am I supposed to deal with this love story with Sayuri? Because I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, Melody. You're making it. You're making it so freaking long. Stepping into the club room, I see the members hard at work. Yuri's already walked in and is talking to Monica, and Natsuki is helping Sayuri with hanging some of the paper decorations we made a few days ago. There's a stack of candles laying on one of the desks, no doubt for ambience. Monica's even holding a curtain rag, preparing to hang it in front of the window. As I fully enter the room, Monica motions to me. Excuse me? Jeez. Ah, MC, you're back. I hope you're feeling better after all. After yesterday? Yeah, a lot better, thanks. Monica gives me a wide smile, and I feel a little bad for lying to her. Is there any chance you could help us hang the curtains? Sayuri and Natsuki can't quite reach the railings, so we could use an extra pair of hands. Yeah, sure, just point me to where you need it. Grabbing Monica's rack... Pause. I reach upward, placing it on the hook. They're right, Sayuri wouldn't have the hope of reaching this without standing on a chair. It reminds me of how short she is. Next, I slide the curtain into the rack, ensuring it sits nicely. The curtain is made of a thick, heavy fabric, making it difficult to maneuver properly. After some work, I managed to thread it onto the shaft and slide it down. Taking a step back, I admire my handiwork. Ah, shoot. It's on backwards. Turning to face Monica, I can see her smiling, a snicker crossing her face. Well, at least we know it fits. I smiled back. It was always gonna fit the whole stretches. What? Okay, I don't know if that line was necessary, but alright. I noticed Yuri hiding behind her bangs, but I could clearly see her embarrassed face. Well, I suppose I should try again. Second time's the charm, as they say. I don't know who the hell says it. Second... Okay. I'ma just shut up. Taking it off, I slide the curtain back down the shaft, slowly letting it pull into the ground. I then wade through the black mass, finding the other end, and proceed to process anew, slowly pushing the shaft into the black elastic hole. Pause on this. Wait. As I placed the rack back onto the hook, a thought occurs to me. What the hell am I thinking? It's just hanging curtains. So why? Oh gosh. So why this way? Oh jeez, bro. So why does my mind drift back to Sayuri? My thoughts settle in a single line, one that I had yesterday. The thought of her wearing my clothes. Madam. We're not starting this again. And thought was followed by another. Yeah, one of her not wearing my clothes. Yeah, I know, madam. We kind of went through this last part. Shaking my head, I drive any inkling from my brain of that thought. Turning back towards Monica, I ask, what else needs doing to prepare for the festival? Well, on Sunday, there will be a few things to do. Natsuki will be baking cupcakes, and there will be some last-minute decorations, but other than that... Oh, actually, is there any chance you can help Natsuki make a run to the debate club? We're borrowing some of their microphones and speakers. Sure, why wouldn't you be going, though? I've got some things to handle here first, and that needs doing ASAP so we can set it up. Ah, you can't stand in front of the debate club. Okay, got it. I'm on my way. Calling on to Natsuki, I watch as she rises and follows me out of the room. Oh, Aika! You my plug. As we leave the club room, Natsuki, who's been walking by my side, gets suspiciously close to me. So what's been happening? What do you mean? Natsuki rolls her eyes, a small grin on her face. I mean, with Sayuri. Oh, that. Her expression sours a little as we keep walking. Don't you? Oh, that me. That's what I was talking about. Do you not want to talk about it? Not really, no. Well, I do. You know you ditched her this morning, right? I don't think I could possibly have known that I didn't ditch her. What? That doesn't make any... forget it. The point is, you realize that I hurt her, right? Of course I do. Then what the hell? Natsuki grabs my sleeves, whirling me around to face her. It was only then that I realized I'd been walking quickly, perhaps a subconscious effort to escape her. Why would you ditch her like that? I told you, I don't want to talk about it. Shrugging her off, I attempt to start walking again, only to be halted by Natsuki's surprisingly strong grip. Don't you dare walk away from this. I thought I could trust you. I thought you were the person's my best friend trusted more than anything, the person she could rely on. And you just walk away from her? Not once, but twice. I look away from Natsuki. I'm sure she can see the conflicted look on my face, but I don't care anymore. Why can't you just mind your own business? When it isn't my business, I'll just ignore it. But you hurt my best friend. She's right. Now you have 6 seconds to explain yourself. And if I don't... Natsuki pulls me around once more to face her. Damn! Hold up. Why is this giving eerie vibes? Her small stature, not even reaching 5 feet, meant nothing when I was met with a fire in her eyes. If I didn't know any better, I'd almost say there was bloodlust but hidden in there. Then your life might just end up living... Oh, okay, there's no... Blink, madam. Give me an expression. Then your life might just end up a living hell. Whoa. Okay, no need to do this. So miserable that you might wish for the sweet release of death. But it won't come. You will not hurt my best friend. Why was the screen turning red? I thought we were gonna unleash our inner demons. And with that, her grip releases and she steps away. Her face, like a switch, instantly returns to her normal cute self. And with a smile on her dial, she speaks. So why did you hurt Sayuri? I momentarily glance around me, stepping further back, though she advances once more to keep pace. It seems the halls are empty, not a soul seems to have noticed. Naturally, of course, I doubt she'd do anything like that if there were eyes to see it. My heart's still pounding. I take a few moments to really compose myself. You want to know the truth? Anything less and you'd be in for some hurt. Point taken. Best to reveal the truth. I don't know what she might do to me if I don't. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Come on, you're telling me this little bundle of pink joy is gonna be doing anything? I'm sorry, but no. She may be a tsundere and shit, but no. She ain't doing nothing. I'm sorry, Natsuki. You ain't doing nothing. Well, here goes. After a deep breath, I start from the beginning. This is my take on it, at least. I've known Sayuri for longer than I can remember. She was my best friend, my muse, my companion. We did everything together. Whenever one of our families went away, we'd always beg for the other to come with us. So naturally, as kids, whenever my parents left on trips, I'd stay with Sayuri's family. When we were in middle school, we started getting teased for being around each other all the time. I don't think either of us actually paid any attention to it, quite the contrary, in fact. It made our bond stronger. But with that bond, and the hormones that accompany that age, something in me changed. I felt something I'd never felt before, and for Sayuri, no less. The person who had been with me through everything. Because of that, I did something stupid. One day after school, as we hung out on the beach on our walk the long way home, I kissed her. I don't know what came over me. To be honest, I still don't know. But the look on her face, it told me everything. It was then, at that moment, that I knew. I'd done something unforgivable, so I didn't try. There was no way she'd ever outwardly hold it against me. It simply wasn't in her nature. But deep down, I knew that I ruined our friendship. In that one stupid act, I destroyed what the past, who knows how many years in our lives had been. And I left. I had no right to look her in the face, so I ran away. From her, from our friendship, and from the possibility of ever looking her in the eyes again. It was better that way. Better for me and for her. All of a sudden, I realized that I'm choking up. Reliving those memories has perhaps been the hardest thing I'd had to face since seeing Sayuri's face only 2 weeks ago. I hadn't meant to pour my heart out to Natsuki, but here we are. What? What a stupid story. Did you ever think even once to actually ask her how she felt? I could tell. A weak excuse. You could tell, could you? Then why does she still, even after all the crap you put her through, speak so highly of you? Why are you all she ever talks about? Why does she like you more than me? Do you have any idea what you mean to her? Any at all? I didn't think so. But you won't even face that. You know what you are? A coward. You let your insecurities rule you instead of facing them. You claim to have your whole life together, and I'm sure you do. But don't you dare claim you know what's best for Sayuri. I know. In fact, I already come to that conclusion. I was going to talk to Sayuri tonight, and I was going to let her decide. Natsuki's face softens. She gently places a hand on my shoulder. Thank you. I won't apologize for that. I don't expect you to. But I think I understand you better now. If anyone could one day be good enough for Sayuri, with a lot of work, and I mean a lot of work, you might amount to something. Thank you. That means more to me than you realize. I know. The rest of our trip was made in silence as we soak in what we'd just been through. Damn. Soon we have the classroom in which the debate club is located in sight. The noise blasting out from inside the room is intense and constant. The literature club is practically silent in comparison. Guess that's how a big club runs. Worry still floats in my mind, worries about what's to come. I don't want to hurt her again. I've done it too many times. Wait, what are we waiting for? I realize I'm standing right in front of the door leading to the club room. Sorry. Just focus on the task on hand. I'll worry about Sayuri later. I knock loudly on the door, though part of me is a little concerned with the amount of noise coming from inside the lecture hall. Realizing that they probably didn't hear me, I go to knock again. Aiko walks out, swinging the door open widely, and can you please close that door? Oh, hey Natsuki Hansi. How can I help you too? Well, we're looking for some microphones. We need to borrow some of our... Natsuki seems to clam up all of a sudden, moving behind me and tugging slightly on my sleeve. As I glance past Aika, I suddenly see a huge bustling going on. The noise wasn't all for sure, it seems. Oh, Aika's literature thing, right. Sure thing. Aika grins, draws me back to the conversation, but Natsuki doesn't budge from her spot. Aika looks back into a club room and calls out, seemingly unfazed by the cacophony within. Hey Kay, could you grab some of the spare microphones from the back? I can vaguely hear footsteps approaching the door from further in the room. Once they're close enough, I thought, though I can't get a good look from this angle at who it is might be. Microphones? What for? These two girls need some for their cultural festival event. We're not just a charity, Aika. Whoever Aika is speaking to on the other side, let's out a sigh. I know, Kay. It's for those literature club girls over yonder. Over yonder? What are you, country? Besides, it's a request from a member of the student council. Besides the cacophony happening in the room next to us, silence. Fine, I'll grab him. Problem? Raise my eyebrow, not quite certain what to make of the current conversation. I'm sorry about that. She just doesn't mingle with other clubs well. Right. I shrug, not really concerned, but the tug on my sleeve grows ever so slightly stronger. Well, I start to speak, but Aiko beats me to it. So how have you been, MC? Why? What's with the pose? Been a hot minute since our last chat, hasn't it? Yeah, you can say that. Natsuki looks over at us from behind me as if she was about to say something, but ultimately doesn't. What about you, Natsuki? Student council holding up? Oh, yeah, you know, just busy work with Shiaki and the like. And I do mean busy work. Sometimes we're up to our necks with papers. Oh, believe me, I know what you mean. Just then we hear the thump of a box hitting the ground from a small height. There are donations. Before any of us can respond, the girl's footsteps echo as she walks away. Okay, it's fine. Tell her we said things. Natsuki shrugs herself off, moving to pick up the box, but before she can, it's already in my hands. Hey, that was my job, you know. Really? You don't want someone else to carry the box and give you less work? Sheesh. I'll open the door for you. Natsuki walks on ahead, leading the way. Check out our festival if you got the time. Sly girl, still advertising even when she's this busy. I shan't make any promises I wouldn't be confident I can't keep. She should have heard that. Shan't? Shan't? Really? Were you speaking that fancy English? After walking about halfway back to our club room, I decided to peek inside the box. Quite a few tiny microphones and speakers sit within. I then lift my head back up to ask Natsuki something. Hey Nat, why are you so close with Sayuri anyway? Well, she's nice to me. I enjoy her company, she's smart and talented, and she enjoys manga and anime. Wait, what did you just call me? That's all well and good, but must have only been in the past couple of years, right? Oh yeah, sure, fine, just ignore me. She rolls her eyes and shakes her head, a small smirk crossing her face. Well, I met her on the first day of high school. I didn't know anyone here, see, so she just walked over to me and introduced herself. It seemed like she had a lot of friends, so it surprised me that she spent most of her time with me, but eventually I got used to it. Besides, it wasn't like I was complaining or anything. Yeah, she sort of grows on you, doesn't she? You can say that again. But to my confusion, she never left, never went back to her friends, never said, well, anything. Whenever I ask about her friends, all she would ever mention was that it's one person, the one that she grew up with, the kindest, smartest, most incredible person in the world. And when she did, her face would just shine. It was a while before I realized she talked about them, the same way that I talk about her. Sayuri, she stood up for me. She had my back these past 3 years. I couldn't imagine how high school would have turned out without her. Honestly, I couldn't imagine life without her. Then why? Natsuki looks at me, a small tear starts to well up in her eyes. Because I was afraid. I was afraid of hurting her. Well, you can see how that turned out. She doesn't have any friends, you know? Outside of the club, I mean. We would hang out all the time after school, but even that stopped pretty abruptly too a while back. Her parents. Uh-huh. Never mind. It's something she'll tell you when she's ready. Do you think she doesn't trust me? No, I think she trusts you more than even me at the moment. It's something I discovered through necessity, rather than good faith. But, I'm sorry, I can't tell you any more than that. Just know that she really, really likes you, Natsuki. I know. Deep down, I've always known that. It's just, sometimes I think to myself, what did I do to deserve someone so special thinking so highly of me? Me too. After we return with the gear, I bite the bullet. I'm going to fix this. I have to If I don't start thinking for myself, I'll go mad. I tap Monica on the shoulder, interrupting her paperwork. Can we talk? She smiles warmly at me, giving me a nod. Absolutely, MC. What's on your mind? No, not here. She looks around the club room for a second, probably weighing up on things on her mind. Sure, come with me. Standing, Monica gives the club members a wave. Sayuri, would you mind taking charge of packing up? I'll do it myself, but we'll handle it, Monica. The girl throws me a knowing look as I offer a small nod. Yuri does the same, a smile crossing her features. Monica stacks her papers into a neat pile and places them into a filing cabinet before turning to face me. Shall we? Offering her a nod, she steps out of the room with me following in tow. Hey, we're in the music room. This should do. After leading me to the far end of the building, she steps into one of the music rooms. These are built to dampen sounds, so it should be enough to keep our conversation private. She sighs as she sits upon the piano stool. This is about reconnecting with Sayuri, yes? It is, but it's also not. I'll let you find the words and start from the beginning. She gestures to me to start when I'm ready. It only takes me a few moments to find the words. I'm lost. I feel so... 2 weeks ago, I didn't have to worry about friends or relationships or talking with people or... I don't know what to do. Slow down. What is it that's getting to you? Everything. And yet, I feel so stupid. I know what I have to do. I've known for a long time, but why do I... Monica says nothing, simply waiting patiently. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I don't know what to do, and I've been so lost for so long that it's hard for me to really grapple with anything anymore. I'm supposed to be an adult, supposed to be able to take care of myself and feed myself and clothe myself and pay my bills, and... So why is this so hard? What do I do? I'm afraid I might need a little more context than that, but it sounds to me like you're struggling with some personal matters. You've known her forever, Monica. Out of anyone, you're the one who can step back and see things for what they are. If you're after advice, I'm not quite sure what to start with without knowing who or what. Sayuri, I'm in love with Sayuri. Thank you. Finally, we're getting somewhere with this gosh darn love story. Finally, you come to terms with it and you don't go on this on and off gosh darn relationship. Monica blinks at me, stupefied for a brief moment. Well, that's... She looks to the wall, then to the piano on to her side. For how long? Since we were about 12. At least that's when I realized. Right. You know, normally when people say these kinds of things, they say it's a friend or something. Monica, please. She meets my gaze once more. Then you're serious. Well, I don't know if she reciprocates, but there's a chance that... Her words drift off, the room deadening the sound before they properly reach my ears. I can't assure you of anything. That's not what I... Look, just want some advice. MC, this isn't really my field of expertise. In her motion to brush me aside, she accidentally locks eyes with me again. This is bothering you, isn't it? Not just a little. I wouldn't be here otherwise. Then I'll do my best. I appreciate it. We both take a moment to breathe. Where do I start? How about the most recent development, rather than the beginning? So that we can then work backwards? Alright. She nods, clicking her tongue. Indeed. Sayuri, she's been my best friend for longer than I can remember. The end, not the beginning, MC. Oh, right, sorry. Seems I defaulted to the start of the story. She doesn't seem to want to be around me at the moment. Or, to be more specific, I don't know if I want to be around her. Did you have a fight? No, I don't know how to act. You don't know where you stand. Yes, that's exactly it. I see. Unfortunately, I'm a touch inexperienced with this. But I know someone who's better at advice than I'll ever be. Unfortunately, I believe she's in the middle of an exam right now. Okay. Monica shrugs, shaking her head. Guess it's up to me then. MC, you've been hard at work with your studies, right? Of course, you don't keep rank 4 without the legwork. And how much of this study has revolved around interacting with your peers? None. So, yeah, that's the problem, truthfully. I'm just not confident in my ability to be a teenager. The only person my age before I joined the club that I ever interacted with was Amelia. And she's not exactly winning any awards for being well-adjusted. Amelia? Sorry, I don't believe I'm familiar. She's in Aika's and Natsuki's classes, other than chemistry. Blonde hair, president of the Going Home Club. Monica shakes her head. No, sorry. It's fine, it's not really relevant anyways. Just know that my circle is small and sillier. And now I'm faced with the prospect of joining in activities that are much bigger than I am, and I'm scared. It's not just a culture festival? No, I'm not opposed to public speaking when it boils down to it. It's the getting to know people part that trips me up. She grins, standing up. So that's what you really want my help for. Yeah, I'm just scared that if I do something stupid, we'll go back to the way we were. I understand now, MC. You're not alone, alright? Whenever you feel isolated or alone, just know that's just the demons in your mind. The other club members want to support you, yes? Demons in my mind. I think you mean that a bit more figuratively. And literally. I take it they've told you then. Everyone has been worried about you, MC. But I see that there's no need. You sought out help, and that means you're ready to start being more active in your own destiny. That's my hope. All I really needed was someone to help me coalesce with my thoughts. Happy to help. I don't know what I'd do without you. Remember, MC, this club is more than just a daily gathering. We're a family. I'll never forget it. She walks past me, her white ribbon wafting behind her as she moves to the door. Coming, if we stay any longer, Natsuki might catch us in one of our patrols and give us detention. Detention with you? Oh, the calamity. She chuckles as she slides open the door. It certainly will. It would be, spending all that time locked in a room with one of my club members. Not unlike a certain club time? Not unlike a certain club time. I can't contain a giggle as we vacate the room. Seems I was right to change my stance. I need to be more clear, and before anything else, I need to sit down and talk with Sayuri about all of this. Before we decide anything, we have to have that conversation. Shaking my head, I finally managed to trudge myself through the front door. It was a long day, if I'm honest. Too long. After what happened with everyone today, I'm honestly glad I was able to talk it out with Monica rather than getting yelled at again. But Sayuri, I didn't say a single word to her, not a one. On the entire trip home, not even a greeting or goodbye. Not that I didn't want to, mind you. After what Natsuki said to me, I just couldn't find the right way to start. I'm going to think carefully about what words to say while I take a shower, where that conversation starts. Then I'll let Sayuri decide. Until then, I'm not going to assume anything. After my long, probably too long shower, I remembered that I have work tomorrow. After the sobering thought, I start to throw together something for dinner. It may still be really early for it, but honestly, I'm just keen for this day to end, even if it means I have to work sooner. And if I make a large enough meal, I can have it for dinner before the sleepover tomorrow as well. Oh yeah, Sayuri's sleepover tomorrow. I should probably do something about that. Hal, is there anything I can do other than talk it out with Sayuri? I don't think we'd be able to go that long without letting anyone in on there being something going on with us. So best to resolve it sooner. Damn it. That does mean though that I can't just go to bed tonight. Now's the only time I have left between now and then. As I start throwing some vegetables together, preparing to blend the stew, I feel my pocket vibrate. Curious, I place the veggies into the pot and pull out my phone. There's a text message there. Hey, it's Sayuri. We need to talk. And that's exactly what I was thinking. After finishing dinner, I placed myself on the floor, legs crossed. It's an old technique my father taught me before he left, something I used to fend off stress. I still haven't found exactly what I want to say, but I think I'm starting to find it. An old form of meditation. Sayuri will be around sometime after she finishes her own dinner, and there's no way I'll be able to do anything else but worry until then. The carefree Sayuri had to be so serious in our short talk over the phone earlier. It's time. I face her head on and talk this out. But with no other way to kill my time, I simply wait. I feel my breathing slow and my heart rate dip along with it. Like a turbulent hurricane, my emotions wash over me, barraging me with all of that which had tormented me for so long. Flinching with each wave, my heart is assailed with the pain I've inflicted on myself every day, not being able to see Sayuri but through a window. My previously open palms clenched into fists as I relive the day that started it all. And slowly every day since. Even the light at the end of the tunnel, being reunited with her, is met with a sour bite. I've done nothing but wallow in my own shame since. Even with her support, it's been too much for my weak soul to handle. I feel myself washed away with the torrents of wind, buffeted by every last chance I had to talk to her over the past 3 years, every opportunity to make it right. Damn, bro, you can't just flashbang me like that. And all at once, the tempest halts. All of the pain vanishes in an instant. I feel warmth unlike anything I'd known. It feels like Sayuri. Slowly, I feel myself return to my body, and within my senses and my haste, there's a wetness on my shoulder. I smell a cool, soft air of roses. I feel a slight constriction around my arms and softness upon my cheek. Whoa, where did you come from? How out was I? How long was I out of for it? Opening eyes, I see her. As she sobs into my shoulder, the ribbon in her hair shines like the light glinting at the end of my far-off tunnel. Hold up. I swear, nothing can beat the electric guitar and piano. Ugh, sending shivers down my spine. I don't know why I said it like that. After an eternity in each other's arms, Sayuri finally pulls away and we get off the floor. Her eyes are red from the sobbing and I can't help but wipe the remaining tears from her face. In the softest voice I can muster, I bring my hands to her cheek. Hey, no need to cry, alright? I'm right here. Through the sniffle, she responds. But you weren't. You weren't when I needed you the most. You left me, Melody. You abandoned me just like my own family. Just like yours. Will you abandon the club too? So that's what this is all about. I really am a monster. After all this time, I couldn't even see that I hurt her so badly. I'd caused her all of this pain for her, and I'd been too busy with my own to see it. I don't deserve her. Oh my gosh. But here I am. I don't think I'll ever be good enough for her, but Natsuki believes in me. Sayuri, I'm so sorry. Words cannot do justice to just how sorry I am. Everything is all my fault. Sayuri pulls away from me. Did you think I wanted an apology? Some hollow promise that it won't happen again? You left me. You left me to rot for 5 years, Mel. I should be mad at you. I should be furious. She sighs more at herself than at me. But I'm not. I never was. I never could be. All I am, Melly, is scared. Scared that you'll do it again. Scared that I'll lose you. I can't go through that again. Please, don't make me go through that again. The tears well in her eyes once again. I won't. I already made my decision. I hadn't thought about it that way before, but honestly, I made my decision long ago. I'm sorry, Sayuri. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I know that I haven't been the best friend to you, but please, let me make it up to you. Again, with the empty promises. How do I know you aren't just going to run off with Natsuki or Monica or Yuri? Why would I do that? She really doesn't trust me. I just wish it wasn't all warranted. Because I'm just me. Can't bear to see her crying anymore. It's barely a moment after our eyes meet that her lips follow suit. Words? Those can be faked. We both know that. Yeah, just go for the motherfucking kiss, madam. If I want her to never doubt herself again, I need to convey that. It doesn't take long for her heart to devolve into this. I lose myself to her, my fingers disappearing into the softness of her hair. My arms wrapped around her, wishing never to let go. Sayuri's breathing is labored, hot, and heavy. Okay, madam. Okay. Her shirt has slipped down to one side, exposing a large portion of her arm. I reach to place it back, but she instead takes my hand. Okay. Don't bother with that. Something in the way she speaks, oozing with a soft yet sweet tone, causes me to almost recoil. Is this really Sayuri? My sweet, bashful childhood friend? No. Taking my hand, she gently walks up the stairs. No, please. Let's just end it off here. I don't need to know what the hell they're doing, alright? I follow, allowing the conflicted feelings to well within me before stuffing them out. Arriving outside my door, she looks deep into my eyes. You'll stay with me, right? And no matter what happens, you'll trust me, right? I look her in the eyes. I will. I don't know what makes me scoop Sayuri into my arms and carry her across the threshold of my room doorway. You know damn well you're not strong enough for that. How much does Sayuri weigh? E! She for real hit that E! Ah! What's this all about? Perhaps I'm trying to relieve the tension that hung so cloyingly over the entire day like a toxic miasma. Don't you remember? You always used to enjoy whenever I picked you up and carried you. Over storm drains, puddles, the spots of imaginary lava in the floor. And judging from that excited giggle, I think you still do. I have a right to remain silent. It feels so much like old times, which I always remembered. It makes me happy you do too. And yet tonight, it's somehow also enjoyable in a different sort of way. Madam, no. Or perhaps I'm doing it so in recognition of what this moment signifies. The moment when 7 years worth of indecision, fumbling, hemming, and hawing at long last melts away, replaced by both clarity of thought and purposefulness of action. The long-awaited consummation of an intimate bond lasting well over a decade, a moment almost akin to a wedding night. Whatever my true motivation might be, the giddy light of Sayuri's eyes would shine like two sapphires in the dark. It makes that sudden move of mine completely worth it. Okay. Please, I don't wanna... okay. Oh my gosh. I'll show you just how enjoyable things can get. Alley-oop. Kia? What the fuck? What type of sound is that? Warn me before you toss me into the bed like that, will you? Where's the fun in spoiling? Oh my gosh. Before Sayuri can squirm inside, I deposited myself practically on top of her. And amidst the cacophony of squeals, laughs, gasps, and pants, our embracing now begins anew. I'm gonna have to censor some of this stuff if anything happens. Like I said, there was no warning or any of that leading up to this, so I don't know. It takes mere seconds for cheeky tickling and mischievous wrestling to seeg into a much less chaste blend of playtime. Sayuri's eyes flutter shut as her mouth hungrily reunite. Okay, madam. And the light is only growing younger. I'm gonna skip to the next day? No, but hold up. I'm enjoying this music box. I don't know, music boxes are so fucking peaceful. I allow myself to a slight smirk of satisfaction. I cannot help but be pleased with myself over what I've managed to achieve. Okay. Sayuri must notice my air of smugness, for she opens her mouth with a half smile of her own amidst her heavy panting as if it's on the verge to say something, only to swiftly clamp up, smiling no more. Another wave of doubt clearly starting to creep in. What's wrong? I was just about to ask you where you learned to... Huh? Okay, I don't know what the hell is that. I was just about to ask you just where you learned how to do things like that. But the thought of you working up experience with somebody else is the last thing I want permanently taking up residence in my brain. Beginner's luck is all it is, honest. You sure as hell better not be lying, Melody. Because if there was anybody else... Her voice trails off and she looks away. Her moody pout equals parts adorable and heart-trending. Hey. I draw her closer for a cuddle. There never was, and there never ever will be. Sayuri stiffens at first as I encircle her in my arms, but as soon as the head pats come to play, she's a snugly little blob of custard once more. There not to mention with revelations that had to come to bear fruit on this eve. The fabric and the foam on the floor speak for themselves, and I'm sure she would much rather not be reminded of such things in the moment like this. Sayuri, the fact that she feels the need to resort to such measure for her own self-worth fills my heart with a sensation I cannot quite describe. Pads. I'd hardly ever seen one before today. Sure, I may have not all that much myself, but considering how much time I spent over my teenage years worrying about how to live to the next day, it never really crossed my mind. Now, however, I hold doubt I'll ever manage to banish the thought at all. I'm not that much larger than her. What if that's not big enough? Okay, madam, we don't need to know your bust size, alright? Okay? No. Sayuri told me herself that it was fine. I want to trust her, but what would she know? Hell, what would I know? What if she was just saying that? What if she only said it to make me feel better? When I told her it was okay, I meant it. I truly did. Maybe I'll just have to trust that she would do the same for me. Sayuri looks up at me, her fingers gently running through my hair. You okay? Yeah, I just got thinking. She places her hand upon my face, a soft, warm smile eking across it as she does. Well, you tell those bad thoughts that they aren't welcome when I'm around, okay? Yeah, I will. Again, a playful boop on the nose, triggering the magnificently musical titter of mirth. What are half of these words? We find ourselves curled up near motionless in one another's embrace, floating, basking peacefully in the delicious half-awake, half-dreaming state that accompanies a rosy, mellow afterglow. The previous day's doubt and conflict cast to the aether and gone. I smile contentedly into Sayuri's auburn locks, inhaling deeply of that strawberry aroma, that ambrosial scent. Once again, everything is right with the world. Right with our bond. My bond with Sayuri. The best friend one could ever ask for. It's the next day. As my senses slowly come to, I bring a hand to my head. I've got a splitting headache. We drank? Where's the headache coming from? Slowly sitting up, I almost collapse back down again. My hips. What the hell? Everything from the waist down refuses to cooperate with me. Oh, damn! Okay. I guess we could. I know we could piece together one and one and figure out what the hell happened. Rolling my eyes, I force myself up, sliding out of the bed. As I do, I fall flat onto my face. Oof. Was I doing yoga or something? No, madam, you're naked. In front of my face, now sore from the impact, I see something white. Yeah, a piece of fabric. It's a shirt. It looks like a piece of fabric, but it's not something I recognize. The round, relatively flat material reminds me of something, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Picking it up, I finally regain feelings in my legs. I shrug, deciding to examine the thing over breakfast. As I walk out my door, I see something else lying on my floor, and I pause. That's not mine. I then look back at the thing in my hand. It's undergarments. I pick up the fabric and place the object next to it on my bed, and after a moment, find a pair to go with it. I'll have to give Sayuri her bra back later. She might need it if she plans to go out. Including the pads that go with it, of course. Damn. Just thinking about it makes me a little sick, honestly. The fact that she relies on these things for her own self-worth. She doesn't need them. One day I'll have to prove that to her. She's perfect the way she is, at least in my humble opinion. I then walk down to the stairs where I can smell something cooking. You think Sayuri actually left? Sayuri seems concentrating on frying something in the pan as much as I don't want to disturb her. Ah, screw it, I can't resist. Sticking up behind her, I slowly wrap my arms around her waist, pulling her in. She lets out a small yelp as she turns to face me. Hey, you startled me. Sayuri brings her free hand to her face, placing the spatula she's been using on the counter. I'm so happy to see you. It seems to then be her turn to bringing me in, this time for a kiss. After a few seconds, her arm leaves my face, and I hear the stove turn off. Turn off? Turn off. It looks like she's planning for the long haul today. We remain embrace, our food long since forgotten. Are you sure you don't want to walk me to work? It's not exactly my idea of fun. Well, I'll be with you. I can't help but blush. She's never been so overt before. Hell, I'm not sure she'd ever even flirted with me before Monday. Who am I to complain? Alright, let's head off then. Grabbing my work bag, I lock the front door and the two of us head off along the road. As we walk, we spend a little time talking. My mind was far too occupied to talking, after all. Oh, excuse me. All I could ever think of was last night. I've never seen Sayuri so emboldened, yet shy at the same time, but one thing still lingered in my mind. I know we brushed on the topic last night, but no, not in public, please. Turning to face her, I expect her to be embarrassed, but instead she simply looked uncomfortable. Alright, sure. It's not something I want anyone else finding out about. I can imagine. But it's alright. Slightly confused, she raises her eyebrow. As I said last night, you're perfect. Just as you are is the way I like you. It's then that I put two and two together. If the bra is currently on my floor, that would mean Sayuri isn't wearing it. Quick glance confirmed my suspicions, but I quickly find myself feeling guilty for the action. Though she might have opened up to me both, well, in many senses of the word last night, it doesn't feel right to make the note of something that caused her so much strife. I'll have to remind her to collect it when she gets home. Hell, I don't know if she even forgot it in the first place. I open my mouth to remind her, but pause, not wanting to drag us out anymore as Sayuri's expression is starting to weaken. I decided to change the subject. But honestly, who have even conceived the idea, huh? Honestly, you took me by surprise. Sayuri pauses for a split second, causing me to follow suit. What do you mean by surprise? And she began walking again. I mean, I wasn't expecting that at all, you know? After all that, and you... She sighs. What were you expecting? Honestly, I was expecting us to just sit down and talk for the evening. I feel like we haven't done that lately, you know? I see. I see a small cloud covering her expression. Well, we have the chance to sleep over tonight after you finish work, so I don't think we'll get that chance with everyone around. Well, it'll be nice for us to all hang out. We're all friends here after all. Excuse me? Huh? Okay. Before I can properly respond to her question, we arrived at the cafe, abruptly interrupting both our conversations and my train of thought. Hey! We finally get the character! It was our boss this entire time. Configurations, yeah, we go to voiceover. He's now here. We got all our characters. There's voiceovers at freaking volume, but I haven't gotten gosh darn voiceovers. Stepping inside, I see my boss waiting for me. Hey kid, good to see you. Any chance you can start early? We just had a delivery come in. Looking at my watch, I figure an extra 20 minutes will pay if it's worth it. Yeah, I'll start early. Who's this here, by the way? My boss motions towards Sayuri, currently half hiding behind me. Smiling awkward, I responded by gesturing towards her. This is my best friend, Sayuri. As I turn toward her, I see that clouded expression return. As much as I want to ask her about it, I'll have to wait after we finish work. Hey, Sayuri, I'll meet you at your place after I finish, alright? You've got my spare key, so just make sure to grab your stuff out of my house before you forget. I then see her expression change to one of horror. Bringing her hands to her chest, she freezes. Oh. I'll see you after work, Melody. I just remembered something. And with that, she bolts out of the store. Man, I wanted to make her a coffee too. There'll be time for that later. Besides, I think you've got some explaining to do there. Explaining? Of what, Sayuri? That'd be right. I never seen you ever mention any friends before, and here you are bringing one along. Especially one you seem so close with. That's true. I don't talk about my life very much, do I? Mostly I just listen to your tales. Well, time to spring up one of your own, I reckon. Just don't let it distract you from those crates, mind you. My boss lets out a hearty laugh. I would never. I follow suit and pick up one of the first crates, preparing to take it to the fridge. Towards the afternoon, I find myself contemplating the events of the past few days. Hey, kid, you're spilling that milk. Sorry, I'll clean it up right now. Don't worry about it too much. We ain't so busy no more. You look like you got a lot on your plate. You're too kind. Yeah, darn right I am. Why am I speaking like this? I know that escapes enough, but you still haven't told me yet. Clicking my tongue, I sigh. Oh, what haven't I told you? Oh, don't play dumb with me. You got that young lass I'd like to hear more about. Well, sighing, I figured it would be faster to get over, but honestly, I only actually reconnected with her last week. We were as thick as thieves as kids, but we sort of drifted apart when we got into high school. My boss shoots me a knowing look. I know what that means. Tell me though, what did the stupid thing first? Who did the stupid thing first? That would have been me. Ha! With how outgoing you are, that doesn't surprise me none. So considering she's back at your side, it couldn't have been that bad, eh? No, not as such, it's just poor timing. My boss goes silent for a second. He was her, wasn't it? Yeah. I owe a lot to my boss, to be honest. He gave me a job when no one else would. I mean, who else would give someone a job? Who else would give a job to someone without parents? Multiple places, because what the fuck does having parents have to do with getting an application? But that's not what he's on about this time. You know, it ain't your fault. People change, relationships change. No, someone you knew like the back of your hand one day will become someone completely different the next. That's just a part of life, kid. But if she's really the one, and she come back to you, well, you've got no choice there, do ya? Placing a hand on my shoulder, he smiles. Now, don't let me down here. Now, hey, kid. Yeah. And don't let me catch you feeling sorry for yourself for what happened way back with your mom, alright? That's its own beast to slay, and you ain't got the time to tackle both at once. Deal with this one first, then start unpacking that one. No point burning your condo on both ends. Seeing my reluctance, the boss walked to the front of the store and turned the sign from open to close. Tell you what, I'll make you some coffee. You look like you need it. I can't help but smile. As he makes his way back to the coffee machine, I pour some milk into a jug for him. Ha! Thanks for that, kid. It'll be just a moment. Go sit and make yourself at home. In fact, grab a lemon cheesecake. It'll only last till the end of the day anyway. Shall do. Grabbing the knife, I take a small cake from the display shelf and cut it in half, placing each side into a plate. I then brought the plates out to one of the smaller tables, placing myself down in one of the cakes in front of me. After I got settled, I see the old guy make his way over to me, 2 mugs in hand. There you are, just the way you like it. I look at it. It's very clearly a long black. I'm interrupted by his laughter. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Swapping the club in his hand to mine, he reveals the latte. I nod to myself in approval, taking a sip. So tell me your woes, why don't you? It's something I should probably be fixing on my own. Well, don't you want my opinion at the very least? I smile. His forceful type of love is something that never fails to bring out the best in me. Sure. Well, I might be sour the mood a little. Why don't you introduce as your friend? Huh? What do you mean? When you walked in, it was Sayuri, my best friend, not Sayuri, the person I'm currently seeing. Did you not want me to know? But she is my best friend. Best friends don't sleep with each other, kid. Not if they value that friendship. At least, not if they don't talk through it first. And you, kid, haven't talked that through. He shakes his head. No, it's something I'll have to prove to me. That's a conversation to have with her. I can tell she means a lot to you. That much is obvious. But there's been no communication between you two. I can tell for that, even for that short meeting. How? Did you ever notice her face when you introduced her? No. All I'm saying is, if you don't talk to her, all you'll be left with is a worse problem than what you had when you started. What you had back in middle school, kid. She's a good lass. Don't you go around hurting her, alright? I don't plan to. Good. Smiling, he stands back up, having finished his cake. Now, let's get back to work, shall we? You've been paid for sitting down, so you better earn that break by working twice as hard, eh? Smiling, he waves me off, making his way towards the door. Absolutely. Gathering the remaining cutlery, I watch my boss turn the sign back to open, and 3 people walk inside as soon as he does. Walking back over to me, he whispers, and in regard of the other thing, you aren't her. You know that, deep down. And he turns to serve the customers. After finishing work, I begin the long trek back home. I wonder as I walk, what's going to happen tonight? See, tonight will be no ordinary night. No, it shall be something special. Sari spent the week planning for a get-together with the club at her place, giving us all a chance to take a load off before the festival on Monday. I'd be lying if I said I'm not excited. After all, the whole club is going to be there. We'll have a chance to watch movies, play games, and just talk. It's something the club environment doesn't really allow us to do. I finally arrive at Sayuri's front door, smiling like a goofball. I should tone it down. I might come off looking like a psycho. Is it strange to be this excited? It certainly does feel that way. After a few moments, Sayuri answers. Hey Sayuri, how's it going? Great! I just finished setting up. How's what's work? She invites me inside and I oblige. It was something alright, but it was a lot of fun, so I can't complain. That's great to hear. So are the others here yet? No, Natsuki's on her way, and Monica said she'd be running about 10 minutes late. What about Yuri? I don't know, I haven't heard anything from her. But she said she'd be around here around 5, so I'm guessing that's still happening. Well, we glance at each other. I do want to talk to her about what happened last night, but actually one of the first things I noticed at her is that she replaced her pads. Okay, we don't need to fucking know that! I guess that means she isn't comfortable sharing that information with the club, which doesn't surprise me. Did you get your stuff from my house? Yeah, I did. Awesome. It's been a crazy day, hasn't it? Yeah. Well, since everyone's late, great minds think alike. Bringing her in, I feel her soft hair in my arms, more moments before I feel her lips clash with mine. I feel like a battle for supremacy we fight to prove ourselves. And there's gonna be someone knocking on the door looking at the fucking window. Ah, you two are together. Why didn't you tell me? Sayuri may be skilled, but she's no match for my tenacity. And I press my advantage, luring her into the couch. It takes mere moments for my dominance to shine through and for her nails to dig into my back as... They'll be here soon. I ignore her instead of increasing my assault. After all this time, I'll take my opportunity to get... What did I say? Panicked, I pull away, glancing at my watch. Exactly 5 p.m. Shoot, that's Yuri. But I can't say she's a mess. Her hair's been ruffled. Her clothes are only half worn. Wait, no, she can't. I'll stall her. Go, go. Sayuri quickly gathers herself and makes for the bathroom, and I head for the door. Walking over to the front door, I open it to see Yuri standing there. Hey, Yuri. Oh, hello, MC. Is Sayuri here? Oh, she's making hot chocolate for everyone. That'll be lovely. Or you could have just said she went to the bathroom. Like, that's not weird. Before I utter another word, I feel Sayuri's presence at my side. Hey, Yuri. Hello, Sayuri. How are you? Great. Really excited to host something for the club. Yeah, I know you'll do a great job, Sayuri. Well, thanks, Yuri. Now, what are we waiting for? Come in. How are those hot chocolates coming along? Sayuri pauses, preceding what I asked. I forgot. I share a look with Yuri as Sayuri disappears. So forgetful. She means well, though. Yeah, she does. Here! Sayuri practically draws a cup of hot chocolate at me. Take a sip. This is good stuff, Sayuri. It really is, though you might want to consider thinner milk. It can make a more chocolatey aroma, which helps with the taste. Thanks, Yuri. My pleasure. I didn't mean to cause offense. It tastes lovely. None taken. Sayuri beams with a bright smile towards the both of us. So, shall we get settled? Sure. That would be good. I'll be back in a sec. I'll help. Thanks, okay? Are you going to be okay on your own? Yes, I'll be fine. I quickly follow Sayuri out of the room. So what do you need help with? Well, there is some stuff I need bringing down from my bedroom, and we need to set up the karaoke machine. Come on up, and I'll show you the ropes. Sure. My heart beats at the mention of Sayuri's bedroom like it's some pathetic, overly excitable schoolgirl. Which, frankly, I didn't think it was. I was. You okay, Sayuri? Yeah, I'm fine. She regains her smile and joins me. It's Mr. Cow! As I enter the bedroom, I let out a laugh as I go over and pet Mr. Cow. As you should. I remember this. Is this still... Yeah, I can never replace him. Still as adorable as ever, I see. Just as you are. Aw, you big lug. We should bring the stuff down now, though. Sure. But I couldn't resist giving her a kiss. Her strawberry scent overwhelms me. Motherfucker. Her hair brushes softly against my face. I break away. Come on, let's get moving before someone misses us. Yeah. Hey, it's Natsuki! When we walk back downstairs, I jump a little as I see Natsuki talking calmly with Yuri. We thought you'd get lost in the closet with Sayuri. Not today. And now we have this room set up. Great. I think I'll be the judge of that. Be my guest. Natsuki walks into the room, which was decorated, and as much as she tries to hate it, I hear a gasp. Did we pass? I don't think you failed. Well, I feel that's the best I'll get from her. I'll take that. You better. It's lovely. Well done, both of you. Thank you, Yuri. We hear the bell ring once more. And the final member has joined. As I move to open it, I spy snow adorning a high branch of Sayuri's tree, or maybe it was a bird. Either way, I press on opening the door. Anika, waiting on the other side, beams at me. Hi, MC. Fancy seeing you here. I know, right? What a coincidence. Do come in. Thank you. Monica brushes past me. Her hair runs along my chest. Somehow, I feel that was deliberate. Yeah, because Monica fucking likes you. Hey, Mon. I hurriedly follow her behind her as she takes off her cloak hanging on the rack near the door. The club's all here. Right on cue. So we're all here. How did you work that one out? Meanie. So, Sayuri, what do you have planned for this eventide? Eventide? It's an old English word for evening time, Sayuri. And a word I most certainly enjoy hearing being spoken. Her face brightens a tad. She obviously thinks she sounds weird. I appreciate it too. It casts an image of a great spectral moon above a silvery lake. Yuri seems a little less flustered. Sayuri rolls her eyes, muttering something along the lines, "Oh my god," under her breath, but I ignore her. So yeah, what have you got planned? Oh, not much. Some party games. Natsuki seems to perk up at that. Like what? Well, I got a few board games, but I thought it'd be fun to let everyone pick a game. That sounds fun. I think that would be enjoyable. So what are we gonna do first? Everyone turns to Monica. Me? Yeah, you are the president. Well then, why don't we do each other's makeup? Might give us a chance to step out of our comfort zone. Ooh, that could be fun. I never really bothered with makeup before, beyond the basics. It could be fun to try. I never really had the time or need to learn. Though I can't help but feel a bit slight jab. It was a slight jab aimed in my direction. I think this could be most enjoyable. I know how makeup is scanty, but I feel like it would be nice to experiment it, maybe. Same here. Do you have makeup, Sayuri? I have some upstairs, I think. I'll go get it. So, Nat, ever worn makeup? No, idiot. My skin is too sensitive. Really? So you have no experience with makeup at all? I never said that. I do have experience. Monica looks somewhat disappointed. Does that mean you won't be joining us? I mean, you're implying you have no... Like I said, I used makeup before. I have used makeup before. Just not always on myself. I was in the anime club, remember? I helped the others with their cosplays all the time. Having sensitive skin makes me quite in the know about what cosmetics to use and not use. At this point, Natsuki's outrage patters down, replaced by a certain smugness. Though, I don't think she's ever mentioned being a part of the anime club before. I was under the impression she'd never been a part of the club before her time on the student council. That's what made her success all the more impressive by being elected. In fact, I dare say I could teach you all a thing or two. All eyes were upon Natsuki, sit somewhere between amusement and amazement. Only then does Sayuri return and breaks the silence. Wow, we had ourselves an expert at this time and we didn't know it. I love to learn from you, and I'm sure everyone else would too, right guys? Color me curious. Likewise, Monica. Monica no longer looks disappointed. She flashes Nat an encouraging grin. Take it away, Maestra. Wow, it's with your guidance. I think I will. There seems to be a subtle note of relief in Nat's voice beneath the bravado, but maybe it's just me. It does lead me to wonder why she's so eager, but maybe she's just eager to show off her skills. Ha! Time to show you what I'm all made of. Watch and learn. Taking a box of surprising gentleness, at least compared to her voice, she pries it open. It's a little basic, but I can make it work. Natsuki sits Sayuri down on the couch and prepares her foundation. Comparing the multitude shades of Sayuri's skin tone, Natsuki settles on one and brings the piece of sponge to her face. Hold still and let me work my magic. After she's done, she grabs a brush, gently placing some blush on Sayuri's cheeks. See, if you accent the cheeks without overdoing it, it highlights other parts of the face. Too much blush looks weird, and too little, you're better off not trying at all. The other girls lean in, examining Natsuki's handiwork. Remarkable. You look like a different woman, Sayuri. After letting everyone admire her handiwork, she holds up a mirror to Sayuri, who looks away rather than into it. Natsuki pauses and places the mirror down. Leaning in, she appears to whisper something to Sayuri before continuing. Now for the eyes. For this, there's a couple parts. The eyeliner, which accents the shading of the eyes, and mascara, which emphasizes the eyelashes. Working together, they place an accent on the eyes in general, drawing attention to them and the color of your eyes and hair. Natsuki picks up an oddly shaped brush and gently runs it along Sayuri's eyelashes. As she does, the dark color traces along the lines of her lashes, lending them a far greater presence than they previously held. Finally, she takes another piece of sponge, dabbing it under Sayuri's eyes and onto her eyelids. Sometimes you can use fancy colors for the eyelids, but they aren't always necessary. Wow, that change is pretty stark. Don't get me wrong, Sayuri has her own charm, but this makes her seem a lot more mature. Wow. That's honestly pretty impressive, Natsuki. You look good, Sayuri. It really suits you. Honestly, it really brings out your eyes. It really does. Did you want to look, Sayuri? Oh, no, She can admire my professional grade handiwork in her own time. Sayuri seems to give a small smile at Natsuki. She must not be used to this type of attention, even though the makeup, she looks pretty uncomfortable. I think Yuri deserves some love and care. But Monica... Oh, come on, Yuri. You'll enjoy it. Fine. Great. Yuri, how do you want to look? I'll take whatever you can, do. Yuri, ever demure. Let's see. Natsuki leans into this Yuri. Don't worry, Yuri. When it comes to styling, I don't bite. Much. Yuri smiles a little bit. Natsuki retrieves a little lip gloss from Sayuri's bag. She slowly runs it over Yuri's lips as she closes her eyes. I spy a little, muted, slightly pink gold runs across Yuri's lips. Yuri opens her lips a little and lets out a small leak of air. Yuri pulls back slightly. I am close to whistling at her. Just changing her lips makes her look almost angelic. Wow, Yuri, you look beautiful. Thank you. I'm not done with you yet. Natsuki starts running a sponge with concealer over Yuri's face. Thank you. Shush now. As she reaches down and slowly brushes purple eyeshadow over Yuri's eyes with her left hand. Deft? I think you mean left. Natsuki leans down and places a hand on Yuri's cheek. She leans into Yuri's ear and whispers. Yuri nods and smiles at her. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure Natsuki smiles back. It's nice seeing them happy like this, bonding. When Natsuki pulls back, I see Yuri, her face both angelic and dramatic, her lips reflecting light and her eyes hidden from it. Her irises twinkling. Wow, Yuri. Pretty. Thank you all, but most importantly, thank you, Natsuki. Yuri just looks up at Natsuki. No sweat, Yuri. I wait for a snarky comment, but it doesn't come. A small grin slips out of me. Oh, and Yuri? Here it comes. Yes? I'd be happy to do some more makeup if you want. Not that you need it. Yuri's already brightened look reaches a mighty crescendo with her wide, almost blinding smile. I love that. Great. How would you feel about me doing your nails? If you're doing it, I know it'll be spectacular. Thanks. So pass me that hand. Yuri moves her hand into Natsuki's lap. Sayuri, do you have any nail paint? Yeah, loads. I'll go get them. Thanks. Sayuri rushes to grab the paint. So, Mon, are you going to have anything done while Natsuki is on a roll? Yeah, I might. Considering how good Yuri looks, I think I'd be stupid not to. Thanks, Monica. Natsuki seems genuinely happy at all the compliments. You deserve it. You do. You managed to make little old me look somewhat pretty. I'd just say you look more than pretty. I can't tell if that's Natsuki bragging or giving a compliment to Yuri. Yuri can't seem to figure out either, but she takes it well. I agree. At risk of sounding like a broken record, you've done a lovely job. Here. Here? Here. Sayuri hurries down the stairs carrying the makeup bag. Wow, Sayuri, you should be a robber with all that makeup. Nah, if anyone's a thief here, it's Nat. She practically stole the show with her styling talent. And why Natsuki has responded with Sayuri's compliment with the most forced laugh I've ever heard in my life, I simply cannot fathom. But she pushes it aside before anyone can dwell upon it. So, I feel like black with red floral designs would work wonders. Ooh, I can help with that. I love nail art. That'd be helpful. Nails aren't my specialty. Yeah, I bet nails rarely ever come up in my cosplay. Yeah. So, I'll do a base layer and Sayuri will do the rest, okay? Yes, thank you. Natsuki carefully sweeps nail varnish over Yuri's nails as I see Yuri's chest rise and fall quickly. Her breath shallow, her cheeks crimson. With Natsuki finishes, she gently taps Yuri on the hand. Wakey, wakey. Yuri opens her eyes and takes a moment. Thank you, Natsuki. It means a lot to me. Natsuki holds her gently, her gaze fondly on for a moment. Should I paint your nails now, Yuri? Oh, Sayuri. Ever oblivious. If you would. Sure. Sayuri grabs Yuri's arm and retrieves a crimson polish. She slowly runs it over Yuri's nail, gently flicking it up and moving it. I can see Yuri's marveling at whatever she's doing. Whenever Sayuri steps back, I gasp audibly. Sayuri, that's beautiful. Yuri is sporting jet black nails with crimson rose adornments. They match her hair and complement her pale skin. Like Lady Macbeth. A blood-soaked bat, one might say. I see Yuri flush with embarrassment as she gazes into a small mirror Sayuri is holding up. Yuri, you look absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, but I'm sure you all look far more stunning than I. Seriously, Yuri. Absolutely breathtaking. Yuri smiles back at all of us sheepishly. Thank you all. It's what I do. Is Monica going to have a go? It'd be rude for me to say no at this point, no? Ha! Alright, leave it to me. By the time I'm finished, you'll be stunned that everyone in the room will be rendered speechless. Am I not ready? Am I not already? Damn. Monica gives a small wink to Natsuki, who has certainly turned a hue of red. What? I didn't say that you weren't, but what I'm saying is that I'm a genius at this stuff, so I'll make you extra stunning. Just leave it to me. Extra stunning is quite a promise, so I'll have full faith in you, Natsuki. Show me what you got. Natsuki steps back and considers Monica for a second. Natsuki looks a bit troubled. What's wrong? Nothing. Just trying to decide what to do. Well, aren't you just makeup on me? Well, yes, but there comes a point where makeup doesn't do all that much. It depends on the natural beauty of the wearer. Monica blinks a few times, processing what Natsuki just said. Perhaps. Then her eyes widen. Oh, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. No, I know. Monica composes herself, gently smiling at Natsuki. Regardless, I would like the makeup. Of course. It was plain to see that Natsuki was still flustered, but she did as Monica asked. Taking the sponge to Monica's face, she places a light layer of foundation onto it. Maybe taking a small amount of eyeliner, she does the exactly what you expect, lines on Monica's eyes. As she does, the hue of her emerald eyes shine just a little bit brighter. The application of blush later, and the club is left exactly as Natsuki described. Speechless. Natsuki didn't sit around admiring her handiwork for long though, as within a few minutes she had already started on Monica's hair. Taking a hairband from the cage, she politely asked Monica if she could remove her ribbon. I don't see why not. After all, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious of what you've been planning. Just you wait. A smug grin wider than her ears is worn upon her face as her hands find themselves running through Monica's hairs. Jeez, Monica, your hair's so soft. What's your secret? How'd that be telling? It's pretty clear from their expressions that they're having a blast. So too is Sayuri, who has leaned in to feel Monica's hair. Ooh, it totally is. Okay, is this what girls do at a sleepover? Huh? I need to know. Cause all I'm reading is just them doing makeup in their hair. That's all. That's all this is. Come on now, don't swarm Monica like that. Monica looks at Yuri and smiles. Normally I'd be with you, Yuri, but for tonight, let's just relax, shall we? Besides, I want to know what her hair feels like, what your hair feels like too. Come on, Yuri, it must be so soft. Might give mine a run for its money. As Natsuki turns to face Yuri, Sayuri leaps at the opportunity, grabbing Natsuki, holding her face to the back of Natsuki's head. Ooh, it smells so nice too. Wait, Sayuri, what are you? As Sayuri continues to tighten her grip, she forms a devilish grin. Hands slide down to Natsuki's sides. Madam, what the fuck are you doing? Wait, Sayuri, please. Sayuri unleashes her ticklish fingers upon the unsuspecting Natsuki, causing her to burst into laughter. After a few seconds, Sayuri's assault slows and she leans into her hair. I knew you were ticklish. Natsuki's face turns blood red as she attempts to hide it behind her hands. With everyone's attention on her, though, Sayuri makes a secondary attack, practically teleporting to Yuri's side. She's ultra transmitting. Surprise! Yuri, who had seen her coming but had found herself powerless to stop her, simply sits still in a combination of horror and sudden confusion. Seizing the moment, Sayuri latches into a small tuft of Yuri's hair. Ooh, it's totally super soft. Natsuki, who by now has recovered from her embarrassment, replaces herself next to Yuri on the couch. Oh, you're totally right. Well, if Monica won't tell us the secret, maybe you can. Natsuki looks at Yuri, her expression shifting from one of playfulness to one of genuine pleading. It would be really nice of you, Yuri. With the softness of her voice, it's almost that convinced me I might not have been heard talking at all. Come on, you two, you're making her uncomfortable. Natsuki sighs a little before brushing her clothes down and standing back up. You're right, as always, Monica. That was a little sudden. Yeah, I'm sorry, Yuri. We just wanted to know, because imagine what we could do. Imagine if we can get super soft hair, too. Natsuki turns her attention back towards Monica. Right, now to finish this. Taking Monica's hair, she branches up small parts of it and places them into a ponytail, one on each side of Monica's head. Then she takes some of the hair that isn't collected on each side and drapes it over Monica's shoulder. The result is so stunning that I almost forget to breathe. Whoa. No wonder you're one of the idols of the school. I know, it's pretty impressive. Natsuki stands back and her handiwork, including showing Monica in a mirror. I, I really do look like a completely different person. But not at the same time. It's like if Monica got dressed up by a professional. Yeah. Natsuki, that's just amazing. I knew you had a great base to work with, but who would have thought to change a hairstyle would make such an impact? And now, Natsuki turns to face me. Oh no, I'm running. I'm running out. I'm running out. I am running out. There's one left. I may be in danger. Danger? Never. I wouldn't hurt you. Much. I unconsciously push myself back into my seat as far away as from the slowly approaching Natsuki as I can manage. Now what to do? She then pauses. Actually, what do you want done? Placing her hand on her chin, she thinks for a moment. Well, I can't say I'm a huge fan of makeup, so I don't wear makeup. Oh! Sayuri springs from her chair. Wait. I know exactly what to do. Natsuki turns to face Sayuri, and I fucking skipped it. Oh, I brought on my phone. This one. Natsuki turns to face Sayuri, and the two of them exchange a glance. Suddenly, I'm even more scared than I was before. Come here, Melly. Don't worry, we won't bite. I got jumped. I got jumped by two girls. It took them exactly 15 seconds to subdue me with their combined strength. I have to say, Natsuki is surprisingly strong for her build. Oh, hi. Though that may just because she's sitting on my stomach. I'm currently lying on the ground on my back. I thought we were sitting down. Sayuri is doing something. Something involving my toes, I think. You stay away from my feet, madam. With Natsuki in the way, I have no idea of knowing. Gotcha. Don't imitate Sayuri while you're straddling me, thanks. Oh, would you rather have her up here? No comment. Natsuki leans forward just a little. Well, sadly, you're just going to have to make do with me. I may not be as experienced, but please show me the way, Melody. Nope. Natsuki, that kind of behavior is highly... it's all in good fun. She turns back to smile at Monica before moving to the gaze. Besides, what's the worst that can happen? MT's already proven herself to be chill, and Sayuri and I mess around like this all the time. All the time? Sayuri says something, or at least attempts to, but with Natsuki in the way, I have no idea what expression she's wearing. Sayuri, you almost done over there? Almost. Sweet. You're lucky, you know. The smirk on her face had been wearing this whole time widens into a grin. Most people would kill to have someone like me on top of them. No comment and no denying. And with that, she lifts herself, offering me a hand as she does. Glancing at Sayuri, who was still crouching on my feet, I noticed something different about my toes. Sayuri painting them. I figure, if you're not a fan of makeup, why don't we put it somewhere easy to hide if you want? That's actually pretty thoughtful of you two. Apart from sitting on me, you know. I shoot Natsuki a look. Are you trying to break character? No, I just know that it's really effective to messing with you. Shaking my head, I look around the room. Apart from Natsuki, everyone looks really nice. Not that they didn't before the makeup, but I totally understand why it's so common to wear it. I think a part of me regrets not equating it. But I can't shake off the feeling that it would feel wrong on me. Alright, what are the other ideas that we can do tonight? Well, as the host and the vice president, I believe Sayuri should go next. Huh? Sayuri seems to think for a moment. The way her lips purse when she thinks hard is adorable, honestly. Aha! Let's play charades! Okay. I think we'll leave charades for the next episode, because I'm pretty sure I've been recording for an hour and a half. Or probably even more. Like I said, I started my timer way later than I was supposed to, so I don't have the exact timing on this. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, this part actually did something. Like we weren't on the on and off relationship we had with Sayuri in parts 3 in the last part. Okay? Like this actually moved somewhere. Alright? Thanks to the help of Aika and Yuri and Natsuki. and Monica, we were able to get to the point where we're at now. Of course, the relationship isn't public, nor do we know what this is about, though we do accept the feelings that we have. You know, and it's going somewhere. Like it's actually going somewhere now. Not like it was in parts 2, 3, and 4, where we were just on and off about liking Sayuri or being with Sayuri, wanting to be by her side, and actually like all this stuff, and then saying, "Oh, I'm hurting her. Oh, I'm feeling guilty about this shit." Like the thing is actually moving forward to something more than just that. Um, this is nice. This really is nice. The artwork, we've seen 2 new CGs. Amazing, amazing artworks to the people who drew these. Um, what else? What else? What else? Hopefully this does end soon because, like I said, I feel I do. If I remember correctly, there are multiple paths to go on this. So you get to go for either Monica, you go for Yuri, Natsuki, and I want to do those things because this is like what next part's gonna be what like the 6th part to just Sayuri's route, and I don't want to know about how long the other one's routes are gonna be because I also have a whole lot of other gosh darn mods that I want to play. So whenever I do finish Sayuri's route, I'll probably let off on the other routes for a while, so I can add some other mods here and there, and also some other games that I've been planning to play for the channel. So there's a lot to do, a lot of videos I can make. So, anyways, if you like this video, why not hit the like button? And hey, if you enjoyed this type of content, I intend on making more of this type of content, so why not hit the subscribe button? Anyway, this has been Doki Doki Undercurrents, no longer the game that has me going on an emotional roller coaster. This has been your boy Bento. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bento out.